Well, we'll be praying for you. I remember August 19th when Jerome
Yeah.
does the first half of laying his mother down, and then COVID-19. And now, how's the funeral going to go? Is it going to be in person? Is it going to be?
It's gonna be in person. The viewing's gonna be on Tuesday at the funeral home, and Wednesday is gonna be at her church that she's been a member at for over 60 years. And so yeah, and then they're only gonna let 250 in at a time. Yeah, everybody's got to wear a mask. You know, everybody complaining in America now about I don't want to wear a mask and all that. You got to wear a mask, and they're gonna have the repast at the church, but only the family can be that, and you can't bring no food in, and all this COVID-19 is really, but they're gonna do it in person, and so I'm glad of that. But they could have done anything that they wanted to do. I said goodbye to my mother and around Mother's Day, so
Amen.
everything's procedural as far as I'm concerned.
Understood. So that means you was there.
Yes.
You was there doing your duty. So you ain't got to cry. You ain't got to jump all in over the casket.
There you go.
If y'all don't know, them folk that acting super fools at funerals, them guilty folk.
Mm-hmm.
That's them folk that wasn't there at all, Jerry.
Yeah, buddy.
Guilty folk.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand. Okay,
yeah.
Good. How funerals work in India, Satish? Do they work the same? Do they?
It's a little different but crazy.
That's about right. That seems to be all over the world. Crazy funerals. Okay. Now, what's a little different?
Too much of drama. You know, people who never liked them, they will show too much of love towards them during the funeral.
Oh, so it's
And
just
they
a
will
regular.
become more expressive.
Well then that's how it work here too. So never mind then. That's how it work here too. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, may we all come together without funerals. How about that? You know, let's all come together without funerals. Well, sticking to the same theme but deeper, it is telling a good story, getting the right leads. Now we getting the right leads. Now wait a minute. I did notice though. I noticed two things I want to. I'm not even sure if it's changed, but I want to double down and make sure. So I want to make sure Patrick gets more connected. And this is nothing towards him, nothing towards Monica. I just want to make sure. And I also want to make sure, I want to make same love we extend to each other, I want to extend to Patrick. I also want to make sure that we're doing enough calls. The harvest is coming back. I don't think we're doing enough calls. You understand what I'm saying? I'm being nice because I ain't got to guess about the harvest. I'm just being nice. It's your birthday. So I'm being nice. You understand? Which, by the way, you can have the whole day off too. But I'm still being nice. You understand? All right. We're good. We do need to make some more calls. This is what it works from Patrick, Monica, Grace. We need to have conversations with 818,000 people. That is it. Have no other goal. In fact, let me give a new instruction. Why don't y'all have a little tablet and put a little tally mark or number every time you have a conversation. Okay, a conversation with. Actually, no, I'm wrong. We need to reach 818,000 people. So that's somebody pick up the phone. Okay, we need to reach 818,000 people. Then, if they say, "Screw you, go to hell," well, then good. That's actually a good thing. It's just the math working out for us. Now, from that 818,000 people, we need to then have a conversation with 286,000 people. Okay? A conversation. A real deal conversation. So you need to focus on how many contacts, opportunities that you're getting in front of. Okay? That's the magic number. The system takes care of itself. and then you don't, and the mere fact that you're getting tons of stuff now tells you what's happening behind the scenes. And there are, I don't know, there are about maybe 300 conversations a day happening from the back office, just so y'all know. Okay? Now, 300 real deal conversations happening from the back office. I'm doing that personally. You follow me? Yeah. Monica, can you hear me? Can you, can you hear me? And Grace, don't
I
forget.
hear you.
All right, I'll stand. Don't forget to take care of Reggie, please, today. Did you do it last night? All right, no, that's all right. Just do it today. Just do it. I just can't. My head can't unrelax until it's done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you, I'm not one of them people that when I owe somebody money, I can't think straight until it's done. You know what I'm saying? I can't think straight. I can't think straight till it's done. All right. So from Patrick, Monica, Grace. Now, will you be taking a day off, Grace? Will you be relaxing and drinking? You don't drink. Grace is not a drinker.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have anything. But I
Well, we
don't
got
know.
some gifts for you. We got some gifts for you. You're gonna have a good birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna make sure it's good. Yeah.
I'll be taking care of Reggie after the call. After we get off.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure it's good. Now we took care of that part. You ain't gotta worry about that. Okay. Yeah, we took care of that part. Only thing we can't do is use the restroom for you. You know, that's a that's a you job. That's a you job. Yeah. It's Grace's birthday, Kiara. Yes, everybody can say it's Grace's birthday.
It's Grace's birthday.
Yes.
Miss
Go
Grace.
ahead, and give it to her, Vanessa. Go ahead and give it to her again. Go ahead.
Oh Lord.
Come on,
Come
give
on,
it to her.
everybody.
Say
Let's
happy
do it
birthday to
together.
my
Say
elder.
happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy
That's
birthday.
the black version, y'all. Y'all may not know that. That's Stevie Wonder version.
Yes.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday.
That's it. That's it. Congratulations, Grace. We're gonna make sure you have a good day now. We already took care of all that now. Now Deanna have been working that plan for 2 months now. They've been
How
putting up
does it
my
feel
little
to be
private
40?
messenger for 2 months.
That's
How,
nice.
how does it feel to be 40 first?
So you gotta throw in that first.
And I hit 40 first. Shannon did.
Yeah.
Well, he
Doesn't matter.
third. He finna be 40
No,
tomorrow.
no.
Yeah.
We're
September
not talking about
19th.
me. We're not talking about me.
Okay,
This is all.
it's your day. All right,
This
I'm
is
sorry.
Grace Day. Respect her elders.
Yes,
Oh Lord.
yes. The elder Grace. Do you have a speech, elder? Since he's calling you elder.
Lord. And Shannon did too, talking about we're the elders. So anyway.
You're too young to be an elder.
Well, she's talking about amongst our group. We're the oldest amongst our
Oh,
group.
okay.
Yeah.
He's 49. Reggie about to be 40 right
That's
after,
it.
but
That's
but he don't want us to talk about him. Keep going,
Oh
Grace.
Lord.
I'm the same age as Antonio.
No, you not. No, you not.
I ain't telling my age when my birthday comes, so don't y'all ask me.
Whatever you gonna be, you gonna be rich and sexy. That's what it's
There
gonna be.
you
Yeah,
go.
there it is.
Yes.
There it is. There
There
it
it is.
is.
And rich. That's right.
All right, Grace, give us a speech, please.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you to you all for the birthday wishes. I'm just grateful that source, God, whomever you choose to say, put the crazy guy in the black shirt who's consistent with the headphones in my path.
I started to say I am your God, but I ain't want to ruin your moment. So you keep on going. You know.
Thanks, Jerry. Just show me, what it really does mean to live and not have to be somewhere that you don't want to be until age 65, like society says. So just very grateful that I'm getting to do what it is that I want to do and living for me. It took a minute, but I am still grateful and grateful for all of you because I get to talk to all of you all day, every day. And just to see everyone's growth and to encourage each other, one another. Group economics is what he says all the time, but very grateful. Thank you.
Well, I ain't got nothing for you, son. As far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be working today. You only turn 40 once. You understand? You know, so you gon' yeah, I wanna I'm gonna just say it anyway, y'all. I'm gonna say it anyway. She say don't say it anyway. You listen. You just gonna just take your socks off. You know, let your hair down. Just watch TV all day. You should be watching Young and the Restless. Whatever grandma watching, you should be watching. Y'all should be cussing the TV out.
New episodes have come back on, so she.
All right then. So you should be saying she's stupid at the TV for no reason at all. That's what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing. What's up, cuz? Look at Law. Yeah.
Yeah, so silly. Great rising, great rising. Happy birthday, Grace.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he put on the blue for you. Yeah.
Actually, I
Yeah.
got on blue from head to toe, so I guess it's a good thing I'm in the city. But
That's it. That's it. You come from where I come from now, where they were blue at.
I know.
Sir, yes, sir. They were red where Reggie was at. They were red where he was at. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Grace, we're so proud of you. So happy for you too. So you don't got to do nothing. You just sit back. Unless you got appointments, you can give them away if you can, or just reschedule them for tomorrow. Trust me, nobody's gonna get mad at you for saying, today's my birthday. Can we just reschedule? Ain't nobody gonna be mad. And if they are, they ain't the right customer. We don't want them anyway.
Because the lady that I tutor, she was like, "You sure you want to tutor on your birthday?" I was like, "Yeah, it's okay. No, we can reschedule." Okay.
Well, good, then. Well, good. So if you got customers rescheduling already, you just gonna reschedule the rest of them. You understand? Just go ahead and do that, and have your way. Nobody's mad at you. Nobody's mad at you. But tomorrow you're mine. No, I'm just joking. Kind of, a little bit.
When you're working with Antonio, you better take any opportunity you get for a break.
Okay, yes, no black
Because it will not come back soon.
I'm glad you understand, Rich. I'm glad you understand, Jay. I'm glad you understand. I didn't take a break on my own birthday.
Wow.
So yeah, buddy. So good. No, you enjoy. And she's been waiting to turn 40. Now she said, and I quote, "If I don't have no kids by 40, y'all could just wrap that up. Just a wrap. So it's done. You're not gonna be pregnant at 42.
No, ma'am. No, sir. No.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
You're gonna be talk of the town that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. 42 and pregnant. They gonna treat you special.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. So that's it. That's it. No little Graces walking around here. That's it. That's it. So good stuff. Well, we happy for you. Our birthdays, a lot of summer birthdays is in here. A lot of them. Good. Well,
Wednesday, so.
who's this Tuesday?
Jerry's is next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. All right.
Jerome's mom.
See, I remember numerical days. That next Wednesday stuff be difficult for me. What numerical day is that?
19th, yeah. So.
He's August 19th.
Yes.
That's not gonna be hard to remember because Reggie's September 19th, so that's easy. All right then. Yeah, that's not gonna be too hard to remember. And we're good. Well, Deanna, what you doing right after this?
I'm talking to Steve.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I messed it up twice, didn't I? I ain't gonna do it the third time. Is it in my calendar? You better be glad I asked. You see? Now, don't worry, it ain't gotta be in my calendar. I got it in my head. It's all right. It's in my head now. It's in my head. Look, she's still gonna put it in my calendar. Please don't. I don't want the notification. Okay. I don't want it. That's all right. I don't want to have to. It's a little red notification gonna pop up. It's all good. All right. I have something to share with you, but let me finish pressing my point. You need to focus on 818,000 reaches. Then you need to get to 213,000 conversations, and the math would take care of itself. Right? You got it?
Got it.
I would tell you what that equals, but you're not going to believe me anyway. It's 100,000 customers paying monthly at $20 or $19 a month, and that's unaccounted for money. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So Patrick. This is you walking barefoot in a foreign country, eating fruit right off the tree. You understand? Or whatever your drink of choice is on the beach somewhere. You got me? Cool. Stay focused. The only problem with stay focused. Just stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. Whenever you get unfocused, get back focused. There is a lot of people make fun of, oh my God, you're so obsessive, you're so compulsive. Yeah, but that is exactly why I win, because I'm always focused, right? So just stay focused. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. I'm talking to all y'all now. You have to stay focused. I promise you, Grace will be focused all day because it's her birthday. And no matter what happens, she going to say, ain't nothing bother me. It's my birthday. And she going to be focused on that. You understand? Have that same vibration tomorrow. Nothing's going to bother me. I'm going to have 818,000 conversations or 286,000 conversations. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we are still telling the right story with the right bait. Of course, I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning because why not? That's what I do. And at 4:32 or something like that, the timestamp will be on this picture, I saw something that was just beautiful. I took a screenshot as is, and I said, wow, this is great, proving my point here. Here is the post. Whoever China Black, I think I know it, and it doesn't even matter. Okay, but she's my friend because it was on her page. She said 100. It's from this page. I took this screenshot of 429. My battery was on resuscitation. And it says, I honestly don't know the answer. Okay. It had one comment. Now, before we even get to the question, I went to the comment to see wrong answer. I went to the original thread and I never saw the right answer whatsoever. Okay, so listen, we're gonna walk through this together. All right, we're gonna walk through this together. It says, "How smart are you? A guy walks into the store and steals $100 bill from the register without the owner's knowledge. He then buys $70 worth of goods using the $100 bill, and the owner gives $30 in change." Yes, Deanna, go ahead. Unmute your mic.
Okay. Yeah, what Kiara said, 200, because he stole 100.
You understand? That's the right answer.
$70 worth of stuff, so
All
he
right.
$70 worth of
The
stuff.
damn answer is 200. Yep. Understand? He need to catch a 200 fade. Do you understand? He need 200 knuckles to his mouth is what happens. Everybody was saying 100, 130, this, that. This is
Antonio,
yes, sir.
what he really did lose was the cost of goods of that $70. And then he lost the potential profit margin on the remaining. So whatever he paid for the $70 worth of goods, that's what he lost. And then he lost the potential profits, the difference between the cost of goods and the retail price.
Right, which is even more accurate, right? Which is even more accurate. So if it costs him, if his Coca-Cola deal lets him pay 25 cents per something, right? Or something like that. No doubt. Here's the perfect bait. The perfect story. You throw that post out there and you say, if you know the answer to this question, come work with me. If you don't know the answer to this question, come learn from me, or something like that. And it's the right story for the right customer. You get it. You start getting all sorts of feedback. People start having fun. It starts being joking. And then everybody who commented, wrong or right, you say, Monica, go call him. Grace, go send him a message and stuff like that. It is a perfect example of telling the right story for the right customer, especially when you're a business university. Now, I discovered Stars TV. It was just a great post for their page from the algorithm, standpoint. You get what I'm saying? Because got a lot of feedback on their page, keeps their customers engaged. Great post for social media purposes. For conversion purposes, if you are a consultant of money of any type or something, that was a great post for that. So when I tell you that your post should tell a good story, that was a great example. We got, all right, Grace, give me some, you had a reaction. Give me some of that feedback because I gave you that some visual clarity. Go ahead, Grace.
But when you said, when you said how to post this and say, if you have the right answer, come work with me. If you don't know the right answer, give me a call. And when you said, hey, yeah, Monica, hey, call that person. Hey, Grace, go reach out. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm just looking for stuff. I'm looking for what Kiara said. That's to show you how many people automatically make decisions without details. That's every day. That's every single day. This is just a matter of having your content tell a story. And guess what's going to happen? If it's a good enough story, Steve, then people are going to share it. And now you got free advertisement and they're making content for you. So ask yourself, how can I take a post like that and make it relevant to my own company? And that's actually a scam that goes around. I actually got scammed by that scam. It's like back in 2010 at Little Caesars. And we were so busy on this Halloween day or whatever that I gave the whole, I don't know if you ever seen that $100. It's one of the most popular scams. It's a $100 scam. You come and you exchange anyway. And and we looked at it on the next day on the camera, and I was so impressed. I was so impressed because it's hard to catch me with anything. I'm so impressed, but we were so busy, and I shouldn't even be on the front register in the first place. I got my apron on and all sorts of stuff, but we were so busy. Just amazing. So I got scammed by something similar to that, but it works.
I thought you was going to talk about the guy that scammed you. Was it 2 or 3 years ago? And
I tried to hire him.
Yeah, you were so impressed. You were.
Oh yeah, there was a guy that tried to it did scam the ATS companies, and I had no idea. And he bought one of our packages, and it went through. And then when it went through, what happened? This was through, what was the name of that company? Square. Then he calls and says, "Hey, I'm handicapped. Can you do me a favor?" And this is what. So now I'm just watching. Okay, can you do me a favor? Can you send half of that money to my driver so they can pick me up so I can get the coaching services? Okay, now there was 2 things that tipped me off. One, kindly was in there. If you don't, okay. Who knows what I'm talking about? Kindly, sir, could you, well, y'all know, because you see my inbox all the time. There's a certain region of the world that talks that way. Kindly, sir, if you could, kindly, ma'am, if you could. It's a certain region of the world. I'm not going to say where it is, but if you're international, you know. So now I'm just paying attention because I've already been scammed, and it was for $8,000 because it went through. So now I got to pay the money back. So now I'm paying attention. Plus, I know how to launder money. Don't ask me why, but let me just tell you the steps of laundering money. Okay. No, this is public information. This is publicly the other stuff. No, please don't. It's gonna come. No, this is public information. Okay, this is public information. Step 1 is the most riskiest step there is. Okay, and what you have to do is you have to take the stolen money and exchange it with some sort of merchant as fast as possible whenever. You got to do that. That's the first step. Okay. Now, see, that's not the money laundering, but that's the mule. The second step starts the laundering, because now what you have to do is you have to take that money because it's stolen and you have to wash it out of there real quick. Okay, you have to push it out real quick. So what you do is you split it in different transactions. So the moment, but it has to come back to you or some of your partners, because the moment it comes back to you in step 2, it's not stolen no more. It's once it comes back, that's not the money from whatever credit card you stole. That's the money from that merchant that went out, which is free, clean, and clear. Then you settle on not the whole money, but a part of the money. And then the third step is you establish something. I'm trying to keep it simple. And then you wash it back out into the community, hopefully in stuff in which you own. And of course, a famous gangster of America did this famously in laundromats. Thus, money laundering is where that comes from. Okay. Yes. That's where that comes from. Okay. Those are your 3 steps. So I'm sitting back, Jerry, and I'm watching. I say, you already scammed me. It's all good. So now I'm looking. He still contacts me to this day. His name is, well, I ain't gonna tell you his name. But he contacts me to this day, and he goes through. He goes through the whole process. He acts like this handicapped. He acts like a handicapped white woman that's 80 years old, and she needs her driver to pick her up, but she has to pay the driver $3,500. So now I'm like, good. That's a good story, right? I'll just go with it. So I said, okay, no problem. So we all this happened. And then what else? What happened after that? Ah, man, it's so much. He put so much on it so accurately. It was just so impressive. So I wind up, of course, he was using a Google Voice number too. Using a Google Voice number, right? So I wind up exposing them. Kindly, sir, please don't tell. Kindly, sir. It's like, man, I'm not trying to tell. I'm trying to hire you. Like, they tell me something, like, tell me more about you. Because if you can pull one over on me like that, I am impressed. Now I'm saying to myself, all right, what else can you do legally is what I'm trying to do. Seriously. And I tested him about 3 times, and he kept failing. He kept failing. He kept failing. He kept, every time I tried to give him something legal, Jerry, he kept going back to the illegal. So I could, we can't have that around here. But you want the smartest people. Trust me, the FBI hires criminals who are no longer criminals.
I was just about to say that the Wolf on Wall Street.
Man, yeah.
It's so good they were like, you know what? We got to hire you. Way too good for this.
Yeah. I mean, the cops, the local police officers academies hire. So if you grew up around drugs but didn't get arrested, but you know the whole game because your big cousin did it, they want to hire you because you know the game, right? It's just, anyway, so good stuff. You use the right bait, you tell the right story, you get the right Jeromes. Then, now, the point of all this is it makes these conversations easier. Because I've told you this before, and this will probably be the last day because I'm really concluding. Everyone there's many elements.
It's been more than a year since the pandemic turned healthcare upside down. I'm Jody Lesh. Join me for Ahead in Health, where we explore the questions that matter most about the future of healthcare. Listen to Ahead in Health wherever you get your podcasts.
To a sale? The answer is time. I've already said this for you before. So the answer is time, but people rarely get it right. You say, so what's the most important part of a sale? And somebody would say the lead. All right. And then someone say, well, it's the cost. And all these will be correct answers. It's just not the correct answer. And someone said, well, the salesperson, that makes sense. Okay. The salesperson. Okay. So salesperson, no problem. Then someone would say, the product. Oh, that probably would have came up first. Somebody definitely would have said that. The product. Somebody smart would have said, well, the compensation plan. Somebody real smart would have said that, because if you give somebody the right compensation plan, they'd be more motivated. So we got compensation plan. All right, all that stuff. And then I asked, well, which one of these do you need to focus on to make sure you get the most amount of sales? And rarely do people say time. And time is the right answer. It always is. Doesn't matter if you got the best salesperson, doesn't matter if you got the best product or anything. Let me draw it out for you so you can understand. Here's your customer, or a prospect, I should say, and you're trying to not take this much time and get the sale. You're trying to take this much time and get the sale. And if you can take this many times and get the sale, then in the time it took you to get one sale, potentially get 16 sales in the time it took you to get this one.
Can I get something?
Yes, sir.
That's why systems and a team of people always basically dominate just one individual. There's only one person you only get 24 hours in a day. You can only do so much in yourself, but if you can automate it, you can multiply and scale your possibilities.
It's absolutely correct. And if you find someone outperforming your system, you got some options there. You need to build a system around what they're doing to increase your system, because if something ever happens to them, then you're out of business. You don't want that to happen. You can also promote them, just depending on what kind of skills they got. And I personally would make my system compete with them. That's what I would do. I would just have two systems. I have the system that they're using, plus I would adopt my own system. And then I would say, well, you're this good. I'd say, Deanna, y'all better beat him. Or him, y'all better beat Deanna.
That makes a lot of sense, because it constantly grows. Progression. You never get stale.
And I would just make sure there's no losses anywhere, because everybody would benefit from it, right? I always try to keep things multiple streams, because you never know when one of the streams are going to have an off season, and they will have off seasons. That's the whole point of streams, right? Some streams stop flowing for a little bit. You need to save time. So listen to me. If you tell the right story and get the right person, you save a lot of time. So let's go back to this real quick. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
Well, that's why negative selling works. Tell the customer all the reasons why they shouldn't buy your product. And if any of those are valid, then you can move on. If they're not, then you can get into why they might want to buy your product.
That's absolutely right, because especially that's and you use that strategy a lot, don't you? I believe you said it. Yes, absolutely. Let's get your objections up front. And listen, let's get this out the way. So that's why I like my objections up front. It's also why I say things like, Grace, listen, I'm obviously here to sell you something. Do me a favor. You tell me what would be the best 3 things that could ever happen in this conversation that would make you say, wow, that was the greatest ever? And now I'm just shutting my mouth up and listening. Forget my presentation. Grayson told me 1, 2, and 3. And I'm trying to ethically figure out how can I fit our product of 1, 2, or 3. If it don't fit, then I say, well, Grace, that's fantastic. Can you do me a favor? I have someone I could recommend you to. But we can't do that. And I literally did that to someone today. I mean, yesterday. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, you need to focus on, instead of being a presentation, it needs to be an interview.
Exactly. Absolutely. Especially when you do it that way, it becomes that way too. Grace, unmute your mic for me. Grace sent somebody, or Deanna sent somebody to me, and it's all recorded. I haven't released the video yet.
Mm-hmm.
The guy wanted to take his $7,000.
Oh yeah.
And flip it. What was his name? Because he's somebody's referral.
He's
Coach Spencer's referral. That's right. And what did he say to you? Was he happy? Did he come back happy? I'm gonna tell you what I did.
Yes. When I called him to make sure he got access, to make sure he got everything okay, he was very excited, and he said, "Oh," and then after we got off the call, he sent me a message saying, "Oh man, there was something else I forgot to tell Antonio," and I screenshotted it and sent it to him, and he said, "Hey, you send it to Deanna." I said, "Okay," because you said schedule for a few months out, so he can still speak on the next time to make sure he has
right, but he needs to speak to Deanna pretty quickly though, because his question was in Deanna's category.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Deanna, schedule that pretty quickly, because he's a high-paying customer too. So schedule that pretty quickly. Now, a couple of things work to my advantage. For
Can I ask a
one,
question?
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Would that work in the reverse? Let's say if I was like, what is 3 top reasons why you wouldn't buy this product or service, something like that, in negotiation? Because I know you start with the positive. Would that work on the flip side?
Yeah, it would work. It just depends on, I mean, that would absolutely work. Your product would also have a little dependency there, because if it's a really good product, then that's going to work regardless. If it's some rinky-dink product, and it could be like 1,000 reasons why I wouldn't buy this product, something like that. If it's like a Parcheesi board or something that costs $5 or something, But if you got a solid, consulting service, or photography or something like that, that'll work every time. I see no reason why it wouldn't work. I've seen that happen. Actually, that's kind of what Phil was talking about, the negative selling. Yeah, it's in the same. It's a cousin to it. So good stuff. Yeah, you can do that. I want all my objections up front, all of them, all of them. I want all of them up front. In the first 2 minutes, I want you to tell me why we can't move forward, so I can then work on moving forward. I don't want to move forward only to get stopped. Because remember, it's time. I can't stress this enough. Now, D. Marie over there. Come on here, because this applies to you and everybody. Okay. Now, check me out. I done spent 3 days on this. This for a reason. I went deeper and deeper each time. Let me see if I can be more visual with this. Maybe we'll do it this way. Give me a second. We'll do it this way. Whenever you give a human being, if Deanna says, I would do this by the end of the day, she's not going to do it until the end of the day. If Deanna says, I would do this by the end of the year, she's not going to do it until the end of the year. But when you say, I would do this now, you do it now. Is this understood by all listening to me? If you, I feel let's go back to the big picture. Hold on, okay, I'm gonna go to another post. Give me a second. Let me tell you what your problem is. Keep in mind, these are real deal meetings. From Satish all the way down. I told y'all over the next 760 days, we was going to shoot this goal. Software was going to help. This is phase 1 because I have a phase 2 goal. All right. Now this is different. That's why it's up here. This is different. The issue with a 760-day goal is y'all ain't going to do nothing for 760 days. Let's see if you get that. It's happening right now. Ask yourself if you are doing enough. Like, just ask yourself. I know I am, because something wrong with me up here. I'm compulsive. I know what I'm doing. Right? And I got the harvest. I ain't talking about income or past. I'm saying, look at the leads we pump. How many leads you got in the last week, Grace?
Lord, hold on, because yeah, we're gonna say over, just based on what you gave us yesterday. It's over 3,000, way over 3,000. So.
These hot leads. Hot leads. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about skill set. I'm saying I ain't waiting 760 days. You know, think about it. I do everything everything for me is strategic. Just a week before, I was telling y'all stay focused. This week, I'm telling you how to stay focused. Tell a right story to get the right person. And then yesterday, Grace, I believe it was yesterday before, I said, so when you get on the call and you do that wonderful story that I had you do it, I said, but tell them who you are now. Every single thing I'm doing is it ain't even connected. It's one. It ain't even moved nowhere yet. I might as well still be in last week talking about the same thing. I might as well. Essentially, ain't nobody got time for 760 days. Because if I don't teach you all, if I don't teach y'all how to do this as fast as possible, then I never know where the system breaks. And I need to break the system so I can fix the system. I need to know how many customers can we handle in a minute.
Is that a psychological thing too? I guess like
it's a business thing. But go ahead though, keep going.
Like what I was saying, like you know how some people move faster when their deadlines are closer, and like if it's far apart, they're like, I got time. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a psychological thing. That's, you know, it was Neil Tyson DeGrasse. Is that how you say my name? Did I say it right? All right. Yeah. He was doing an interview. I watched. I can't tell you which one because I just let YouTube play on this little cycle. And he was saying, you know, somebody asked him, was death the bad thing? He was like, no, death is the greatest thing life has ever given us. And the interviewer was like, wow, why would you say that? He said, well, imagine living forever. You would never change your life. You would never change your life because you're going to live forever. You'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. And every day you'll do it tomorrow. Let me rewind that so you can receive what this man, this literal rocket scientist said. Law said that's deep. He said if you live forever, you just say, you know what, you'll never change your life because you'll always keep it tomorrow. So then he said, well, imagine you live for 10,000 years. He said, well, you'll never do your masterpiece or change your life because you wouldn't start working until the last year of your 10,000 year. Death is so important. It's the best thing life has ever given us because we know every day we can die. So every day we're always trying to work on our masterpieces. We're always learning. And we're always trying to transform because every day could be our last. You understand? So that's powerful. Is that why we have a cycle of 32? Different story, different conversation. Different conversation. Different conversation. He's talking about
See you on
reincarnation.
Thursday.
See you on Thursday. Yes, sir. This is death is the great equalizer of life. It really is. Now, not to get too deep on you, but why 760 days? Why? Like, why 760 days? So then I said, you know what? Let me do something else. Let me, pay attention. Let me start something. Let me do group economics. And I have a whole group. And Deanna do it. Everybody was excited for 2 days. And I think Sugar probably did 99% of that work. That's about right. That's still happening. That's still going on. And I said, all right, no problem. I know what to do. I had to find a new way to motivate them again. Yo, I'm telling you, most of my job is human resources at this point. Most of my job is figuring out how can I get y'all to do stuff that is in your best interest. It's a battle. It's a battle I'm built for. It's a battle I enjoy. So there's no complaints, but it's a battle nonetheless. Every day I wake up trying to figure out, all right, how can I get blank to do blank? Because blank is not doing blank at all. Because let me tell you what motivates y'all. And you gotta find another and anyone with awareness would appreciate what I'm about to say. What motivates y'all is when them damn bill collectors call y'all and scare the crap out of you. When them bill collectors threaten your reputation that you have out here, not your character, but that persona that you have. When those bill collectors threaten to take that house or that car, you understand? Karen said they get blocked. You so cultured. That's when you say, man, I got to do something. That is you applying the law of attraction in a way that says the only way I could get prosperity is when I'm scared to death for my reputation. You're telling the universe, I must have a bill collector in order to be motivated to get enough money to pay my bill collectors. Did y'all hear what I just said? You're keeping yourself in the cycle of, I would make just enough money to shut these people up. Right? You don't want that. So here's the deal. Tell the right story to the right customer, because when you tell the right story, you're only going to get the right customer. And you're going to shorten up the time it takes to have that customer. That's in this business, that's in Ricasa, that's in your businesses, that's never going to change. You do understand that whatever religion you serve, they all told a story to even get you to that religion. And then you had to tell a story to get other people to join. Everyone.
That's why
Everyone.
Les Brown won.
Say it again.
When you say everybody, that's why Les Brown won. He said, no matter what you think, because I think in one of the YouTube interviews they're saying like, how are you dominant at that time is something that was dominant with people of like whites, and you're African American. And he said, no matter what you think or see me as, everybody loves the story.
That's facts. And he is one of the greatest storytellers to ever walk the earth. That's for sure. That's for sure. Is everyone processing me? I just want you to I was I was under this teacher once. His name was Jason Morris. And man, he was just ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time. Anyway, he's ahead of his time. And he was telling a group of us that when you strip away your religion, when you strip away your nationality, when you strip away everything they said you are, your name, your social security number, all that stuff, where you're from, your neighborhood, the only thing you will be left with is God. That's what he said. When you strip it all away, the only thing that you will be left with, and man, I hope you hear this, especially you, Grace. Jesus, it's your birthday, for God's sake. When you strip away all of that, it's just God left. And everybody's like, wow. And then he punched us all in the throat. But when you start putting it all back on, that's why the God in you is weak. And that's why you can't do things. Because you got all this stuff on top of God, blocking your God strength. Because you got everything else that they put on top of it. Maybe that don't punch you in the throat. That punched me in the throat. Because that was very accurate for me. I was limiting my potential by other people's thoughts and my own thoughts. But I realized my own thoughts was influenced by other people's thoughts. And I'm really limiting my potential. But don't listen to me. Just go out there and tell a good story to get the right person. Now, here's the fundamental flaw in the logic that I have been saying since Monday. I'm assuming y'all gonna go out there and tell a story. And that's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is I'm right. The assumption, what was understood, is that you actually go talk to people. And there is where we go wrong. How many people have you talked to about your business? Some of you are going to be able to say, yep, I have. Not most of you. Not most of you. And here's the crazy thing. And we do this. Y'all have had thousands of conversations in the last 72 hours. Ain't now one of them been to the beneficiary, or to the benefit, I should say, of your prosperity. Man, hold up. Stay focused. If you knew, let's just take the 760 days. If you knew 760 days from now, you would be able to do whatever you want. Would it be worth it? And all of you would say yes. So let me bless you. You can do whatever you want now. Why are you waiting 760 days to be God when you are? Man, did they take my mic off, Sugar? Is it on? Did they take it? I'm trying to make sure, there be sometimes, the feds will just cut it off real quick. I be waking folk up and the feds don't like that. You understand? Why are we waiting 760 days? Or any day? Let's get it. So I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to challenge Steve. You, second person plural, general. Y'all. That's what we say in Texas, because that's a real word. I know in Jersey it's y'all and y'alls, or yous and yous, or something like that. It's an S at the end, whatever it is. Okay. My challenge to every last one of y'all is go out there And the next 10 minutes after this call, because I'm going to end on time, tell a story. Just go right now, 10 minutes. And then do yourself a favor. If you actually do it in 10 minutes, then tell yourself, I would tell a story every 10 minutes today. Ooh. Because if you do it once, you can do it again. I would tell a story every 10 minutes. That could be you commenting on somebody's post. That could be a text message. That could be an email. That ain't got nothing to do with me. The earth is the lowest and the fullness thereof, sugar. So go on, use all the stuff down here to tell that story. You understand? You use Facebook, you use smoke signals, Morse code. You do all that stuff. You do what you gotta do, okay? You just tell that story. Nah, I'm gonna challenge Steve. You about to tell your story. You super tell your story, right? And how do you super tell your story? You strip away all that stuff. Words don't matter. Nope. None of that matters. No fancy words. You don't have to do no delivery. You strip away all that stuff. And when Deanna asks you a question, there shall be God, and God will answer every single question. And those people looking for God will hear your video, and the law of attraction will take it from there. See, I'm not so crazy, Kara. I just got a lot of faith. So I just say some dumb stuff because it be rooted in faith. And I just sound crazy because we don't have faith no more. So I just sound like a nut. I just know if I be faithful to the few, help me somebody. I will
Faith
become.
is crazy.
If it's crazy,
Faith is crazy.
it's crazy. Forget all them words. Kara said, let it rub off on me. Forget all them words. Stripped all that. I say crazy stuff. But anybody looking for the light, feel it, because everything I say got the light on it. You understand? All right. Tell a good story. Antonio, how do I tell a good story? Strip all that stuff away. Right? You can use it in many different ways. I showed you a good example. I attracted that photo at 4:20 this morning because I knew this was going to be my last day, and I had to have a whole crescendo. Boom. Gave it to me. Listen, y'all, please, last 2 minutes, do yourself a favor. Go be God right now. Because you was that before I woke you up. You did not need my permission. You were already there. You understand? You do not need to notify people that you are about to be rich. And you damn sure don't need to ask for permission. You're already rich. It's already done. Just be crazy enough, like me, to actually believe that. It's the only way you get out of a trash can. Your mind got to leave it first. If your mind is on paying my bills, your body will go to paying my bills. But if your mind is on exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think, then your body will go to exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think. Let's go get it. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Steve and Deanna do a great job. See you later.